Good morning everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video I'm going to share with you 10 punch needle secrets that every beginner should know. So these are just a few little tips and tricks to get you going, and also some things that really help in your punch needle journey, you know, like just little nuggets of information that if I'd known earlier, things would have been a lot easier, a lot quicker. You learn as you go and you're able to problem solve as you go, which is also really great. So let's get into it. Let's get into the 10 punch needle secrets. Now I've got them listed in front of me, and I'm also going to overlay some footage as I speak so you will visually see what I'm talking about. Tip number one of the big tips, maintain good cloth tension. So either use a non-slip embroidery hoop or build your own frame, get a frame, and just make sure that fabric is really tight. So when you tap it, it want to sound almost like a drum. It has a bit of a resistance. The tighter the fabric, the better it's just going to work. Your stitches are going to stay in and it's going to make your life a lot easier. Number two, you want to always punch in the direction of the open end of your needle. So you'll see when you look at a punch needle, you'll see that one end has more of an open slot, and you want that to always be the direction you're going. So if you're going away from you, make sure that is facing away from you. Turn the needle every time you get to that point where you need to turn direction. You want to avoid lifting the needle too high after each punch, so you really just want to graze the top of the cloth. You don't want to lift it too high, because if you lift it too high, your stitches are just going to come out. So to maintain that good loop length, keep the stitches the same, lift the needle just slightly, move across a little bit, punch down and keep going. The more practice, the quicker you'll get, the easier it is, and also you'll better visualize better where to put the next stitch. At the start, just take it nice and slow. The next secret is get yourself an adjustable punch needle. You can get a punch needle where you can change the length of the needle, and this is just a way of adding different dimension to your pieces. You can make really small tight loops or longer loops. You could cut the loops. You could mix the loop stitch lengths within one piece, so you've got dimension, texture. It's just all experimentation really. Next tip, use your iPad or get a light box when transferring your designs from your digital designs to your cloth. So I use Photoshop, and that way it's really easy just for me to place my cloth on top, do it in a dark room, and then you can just easily trace your design straight to your cloth. Or likewise, if you've got a light box or if you have a printer, you could print it off, put it up against your window and draw your design. So on the topic of designs, make sure you flip your design, because if you're wanting that loop look on your punch needle piece, you'll be working back to front. So what that means is you work seeing the flat stitches. So when you turn the design over to the side you want, obviously your design is going to be flipped. So especially if you're doing text, make sure you flip that text beforehand, work backwards so that when you turn it over, everything's the right way around. Next tip is mask and tape the edges of your fabric. So if you've cut your fabric out, the chances are, especially if it's monk's cloth, it's going to be fraying everywhere, and it gets everywhere. So if you just get some masking tape the edges, it keeps the cloth from fraying, makes tidy up much better. When you're using a larger punch needle, so something like the Millwood's regular punch needle, you can actually double up your yarn. So you can use 2 strands of acrylic rather than 1 strand. This is something I kind of learned on the way. I don't know why it never occurred to me, because when you use a tufting machine, you double up on the yarn on that because the yarn's too thin for the whole of the needle. And it never occurred to me when I was using my regular punch needle. Yet when I was making things with that punch needle, the loops were inconsistent, some of the loops didn't stay in, and it was just a bit of a faff. When I realised you can put 2 strands in, it made the work quicker, tighter, all round better finished piece. My 9th tip is utilise the flat side of your punch needle. So the flat side looks more like embroidery. Like I said earlier with experimenting with different stitch lengths, you could also experiment with doing loop stitches and flat stitches within one piece. So you can do that where you could do an animal's face in the looped, and you could do the background in the flat so that the face stands out against the background. Because what you'll find with punch needle and yarn colours is sometimes colours that are slightly similar, when you do it all in the looped, easily details get lost. But if you were to flip the design and do flat stitches, because of the dimension, the design will stand out even though the colours might be exactly the same colour. And my 10th and final punch needle secret tip is to use some tweezers. Now, when you turn your design over for the first time, it's going to look horrific. it's going to just be all mumbo jumboed, especially if you've done text. It's not going to be clear what it says, unless you get really lucky, but most of the time you're going to turn it over and it's going to look really iffy. So just grab some tweezers, gently unhook any colours that have hooked over each other, push strands back in that are a bit too high, and then you can also manipulate the stitches with the tweezers and like push them into the shape that you want, and therefore it gives a better detail to your final piece. Especially for text, it really helps to like finish it out, make it look perfect. It's just that secret tip that you kind of need to finish your final piece, because you will turn it over and you will be a bit disheartened by what you see. Punch needle is also trusting the process, especially like don't turn it over when you're halfway done, because it's gonna look wild. But when you get to that end and everything's in the place and you've gone through the tweezers, you'll turn it over and you'll be like, okay, I can see what that is. It makes sense. So yeah, that is 10 punch needle secrets that every beginner should know. I'll probably do more because there's so many tips and tricks that you can learn about on the way. So many little nuggets that just really enhance your journey. And yeah, that's everything. And please do like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.